Hello, good evening once again. My name is Clement Idawat, Africa's mega real estate consultant and the Abuja Land King. I consult for Nexus Global Shelters Limited, Abuja. Today, I want to share with you some free legal tips you need to consider before buying a landed property in Nigeria. At number one, we are going to look at buying properties from families. When buying properties from families, especially the royal and traditional families, ensure that you are dealing with the head of the family and two principal members who are adults. Anything short of this, the transaction is null and void. A principal member of the family cannot stand alone to sell the land, nor the head of the family cannot stand alone also to sell the landed property for the family. It is even worse when you are dealing with a person claiming to be a representative of the family. That is a wrong thing to never buy a landed property from anybody claiming to be a representative of the family unless you are ready to bury yourself in litigations for a very long time. At number two is buying from a company. When buying landed property from a company, ensure that the status is carrying the name of the company, and also be sure that the directors of the company are part of those signing the document. Insist on the means of identification of each of the director of the company that is signing that document. If they tell you they are selling on behalf of the company or family, request for the deed of assignment or power of attorney of that company. Thank you. When buying properties from a church or a mosque, ensure that the property is registered in the registered name of the church or the mosque, and also ensure that you are dealing with the registered trustees of the church or the mosque, because not all imams or pastors are registered trustees or the mosque. In most cases, they are just paid employees of either the church or the mosque, and they only get regular salaries. So therefore, they cannot or do not have the right to sell the property of the church or the mosque. So be aware of pastors that will call you to buy a church property that is not registered in the name of the church, or those that are not registered trustees of the church. At number four, when buying a property that is subject to a will, do not fall to the trap of my dad or my mom willed it to me without citing the will yourself. Also, citing the will is not enough. You must make sure that the will is not subject to any litigation and the executors of the will has given assent to the beneficiary to sell the property to you. Without the document called assent, no beneficiary is permitted to sell any property that is willed or inherited to you.